This weekend, the Formula 1 drivers will be hitting the Circuit Gilles Villeneuve for the Canadian Grand Prix. So I wanted to bring you a hot lap of Canada along with our detailed track guide on how to be faster. I'll look at each corner, its braking zones, best line to take and bring you some tips and tricks on improving your lap time. I'm going to be using an F124 analysis tool called Track Titan to analyse this hot lap, and in the description I'll have a code for 50% off your first 3 months or a unlimited free trial for 30 days. So kicking things off, turns 1 and 2 are among the slowest corners around a lap of Montreal. Turn 2 in particular can be a real limiting factor with your car setup. Get this wrong and you can end up in an embarrassing spin. Approach the corner with your car positioned far right and keep an eye on the concrete patches to the right of the track. Your braking point is just before the end of the large whiter concrete patch. You'll want to shift down to 5th gear while braking in a straight line and start to trail brake whilst turning in towards turn 1. Position your car right up and over the inside curb while shifting down to 4th gear. Give the throttle a little squirt on the approach to turn 2 before applying around 50% brake pressure and downshifting to 3rd. Start to apply the throttle gradually as you drift out wide and over the pit lane exit line. Continue applying more throttle while you short shift up to 4th gear and try to straighten your car as quickly as possible using the entire width of the track. Approach the next chicane with the car positioned far left. Watch that 50 meter board on the left of the track. You'll want to be really aggressive through this chicane, applying just a little bit of brake pressure and throwing your car in at the same time at 50 meters. Again, position your car right over the inside curb and start to accelerate as soon as you're over the first curb and you're aiming towards the left hander of turn 4. You can be cheeky and take a little bit of grass on the inside of turn 4. Don't worry about this as your tyre will be clean by the time you reach turn 6. As you hit the apex of turn 4, you should be at full throttle and aiming to run your car as far right as you can without touching the wall. F124 has so much grip, so trust your car will stick. Continue accelerating through the kink of turn 5, keeping your car far right. Point your car towards the outside of the corner on the approach, looking for that 100 meter board. You want to start braking a split second after passing this marker, and continue to brake straight and watch for the concrete patch on the outside of the corner. At this point, start to turn in towards the apex while reducing your brake pressure. Try to position your car 50% over the inside curb. You'll want to shift down to 4th gear for this corner and start gradually accelerating before the apex. This is a much larger curb, so be careful not to accelerate too hard while on it. Try to straighten your car before turn 7 before applying full throttle. You can lose the rear of the car here, so be a little bit cautious. You want to lift on the throttle as you swing your car right and over the inside curb of 7, then gradually reapply the throttle as you drift towards the left hand wall. Again, a little bit careful on the throttle here, and you may need a slight lift if you're on worn tyres. You can push the limits right out to the wall if needed, before switching your attention to the next chicane. Don't forget to hit the DRS if you're on a hot lap or behind another car. The next chicane is much faster and you'll want to use the bridge as your guide on when to brake. As soon as you reach the shadow or just after the 100 meter board, start braking hard. Quickly shift down to 5th gear and at the 50 meter board, start turning in. You can get up and over this inside curb once again, but this is probably the most brutal curb of any around Canada in F124. Straighten your steering as soon as you can while accelerating hard over the inside curb of 9. Be careful on track limits here because you can be thrown out wide if you hit turn 8 wrong. You'll want to be applying 100% throttle through turn 9 as you drift out towards the wall and use all of the track. Be careful of the rear of the car as things can be a little bit squirmy here if your car is unsettled. Turn 10 is the really slow chicane. We'll be aiming for 2nd gear here to maximise traction on the exit. This corner is pretty normal, braking just after the 100 meter board on the left and gradually apply your steering as your car slows. As you round the apex, resist accelerating too early, gradually applying the throttle. To get the best traction, it can help to quickly short shift up to 3rd gear while accelerating. Be really careful applying the throttle and watch your revs. This is a prime area where you can spin your wheels, which can lose you a lot of time down the long straight. You can short shift into 4th before applying 100% throttle pressure. Remember the DRS zone as it can allow for an overtake into turn 13. Keep your car far left and watch for the 150 meter boards. You want to be braking hard in between these two markers, shifting down to 5th or 6th gear. Keeping it in 6th will help maintain a little bit more minimum corner speed. Once again, be aggressive on the corner entry, shortening the chicane as much as possible. There aren't any large sausage curbs this year, so the corner is easier in F124. However, just be wary of cutting the corners. You can get on the throttle really early as you pass over the turn 13 apex and accelerate hard towards the outside wall. Lift off the throttle as you hop over the inside of turn 14 before accelerating hard again towards the line to round out a lap of Canada in F124. When watching our Canadian track guide video, you will have seen the analysis on screen, and that is provided by Track Titan. Track Titan is a sim racing telemetry tool where you can analyse your laps from F124. It allows you to compare your laps with other drivers, including esports professionals, to see the racing line that they take and where you can improve your lap time. We do have a 50% discount code for Track Titan, giving you half-priced membership for 3 months. If you'd rather try Track Titan for free, you can use that same code to get unlimited lap telemetry and data for a month. That code is Sim Racing Setup, and I'll leave a link in the description below to Track Titan where you can start comparing and analysing your laps to become faster in F124. And that will do it for our Canadian track guide. Hit that like button if you found this useful, and let me know in the comments below whether you're enjoying this track or enjoying F124 as a whole. But for now guys, I will see you on track.